it says, we'll be finishing up Michigan and headed to Canada. We'll cross into Wisconsin first. We're making pretty good time, but then we'll run across a family video. Sharon has a bit of a DVD addiction. I give her a hard time because she has pretty much every hokey movie there is. But it does give us something to watch when there's no signal or TV channels available. But once we're done with that, we'll head into Minnesota, cross a few rivers, cut through a few mountains, and then we're going to land in Beaver Bay, Minnesota. It's a beautiful place. I love the post office. It shares a small building with a tourist shop. But anyhow, great waterfall. Sharon hears about a secret agate beach. We hiked to it. Pretty desolate and desperate. But when you're seeking agates, then you find out your beach isn't quite that secret. But it was a beautiful beach, and we really enjoyed it. Some great views. The agates were a little bit different. They were smaller, but Sharon did find some agates. We'll spend tonight in Finland, Minnesota, another boondocking site. And it was a really nice place, really nice people. Definitely out in the boonies, but it was a real nice place to stay. Next day, we hit another beach. This time, we'll be looking for Thompsonite, and Sharon gets to demonstrate her dog's agility. There you go. Nice time. Anyhow, great looking beach. The only Thompsonite we found was in a big old boulder that thankfully Sharon did not try to load into the back of the RV. We'll spend the next couple of nights in Grand Portage, just south of Canada. Lake Superior right out the window. That's our view when we get up in the morning. Made for some great sunrises. We also found out that seagulls in the country are not as well trained as seagulls in the city, but they do eventually start eating the food that Sharon puts out for them. We'll head over and see the Grand Portage Museum. The Grand Portage is an 8.5-mile trek from there in Beaver Bay to the river system they used back in the early days. That's how they moved merchandise and supplies and such. Then we're back on the road, and I love the roads up here, but it's just a very scenic and short drive to Canada. We'll come across the falls, and these falls are the reason for the Grand Portage. There wasn't any way to portage around them, so they made the 8.5-mile trek up above the falls. But anyhow, that pretty much finishes up Michigan, and we're headed into Ontario.